So we wake up on a chilly morning on Brantley Lake in New Mexico. A lot of birds down here. It's really pretty, but it's cold. It's a cold, cold morning. Riker's enjoying his breakfast. And then we're gonna hit the road this morning and we are going to make our way to the caverns. Kind of excited to do that. So we hope you will come along on the next Squatch Dog adventure. We're making our way closer to Florida. Now we're gonna go on a little bit of a hike around the lake. Well, that was nice primitive camping, wasn't it?
That was.
Yeah, we stayed down here on the lake for free. All these campers up here had to pay for hookups and such. One of the benefits of having a revel.
Yeah.
So you saw a lot of shooting stars last night.
A few. I saw one really good one and a couple mediocre. But this is the first time I've really seen it because the moon finally wasn't up.
Yeah.
Right yeah, it was cool. It was nice spot.
So here we are in Carlsbad, New Mexico.
Is it February 16th?
I think so.
And 38 degrees.
It's cold out in New Mexico. Brr. I bet you it's gonna be really cold in the caverns.
I think it's been warmer than this.
Think so?
Yeah.
I hope you're right. There are lots of signs directing us to White City. What do you think? Do you think we should stop at White City?
No.
No?
Go to the caverns.
Well, we made it to Carlsbad Caverns. Yay! So this is like that Progressive commercial where everybody's waiting in line to get their picture taken in nature. Sure, a lot of people heading up here.
Yeah.
My gosh, you can tell it's a 3-day weekend.
Well, maybe.
President's Day tomorrow. So.
Those caverns. It's like a hole right there.
So I guess you got to go into the visitor center to get tickets to go into the caverns because they're time restricted. We got to buy tickets here to go into the cave, to go into the caverns. So I guess the bats aren't here this time of year. They're down in Mexico.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we don't get to see bats.
Oh.
I know. But they come back like in April. Okay, 2.5 mile hike. Are we up for it?
Yep.
But they've got an amphitheater here for when the bats are here, and you sit around and wait for the bats to come out of the cave. That's kind of cool. And there's the cave entrance. But we're gonna go down a steep incline of on average about 22%. And it's like 75 stories, which is about as tall as the Empire State Building. So here we go. We're heading into the mouth of the cavern.
You sure you want to do this?
I don't know. It's pretty steep looking.
It's not bad. It seems like it's a big hole down there.
It's true. That looks dark in there, Brad. I don't know. Do we really want to do this? I think this national park was designated like back in 1923, so it's over 100 years old, which is a far cry from the White Sands, which we were just at, which is only a few years designated as a national park. So apparently the bats, when they live here, share this place with swallows that live here starting in February. So there, we just saw some. Oh, I hear them. There goes one. There they go. There they go. Up and out the canyon, they're playing.
Sweet.
Here we go, into the mouth of the dragon. Gotta let our eyes adjust a little bit. It gets dark in here. It looks like there's some stalactites and stalagmites. I'm not sure which is which. One of them goes up and the other one goes down. And they have an emergency phone that you can use if something goes bad down here in the bat cave. Further down we go. Where we stop, nobody knows. All right, we're entering what they call the dark zone now. They've got ring-tailed cats that live down here, spiders, swallows, all sorts of different animals that want to stay in the dark. Wow, look at these. Stalactites.
Wow, that's a big one.
I know. And here's some water down here. Look at that. That is cool.
Is that a reflection?
So this is Devil's Pool, but it's actually misleading because it's not a spring or anything like that. It actually comes from water that drips through the lime and creates this pool. This looks cool.
Yeah, I see why I always heard about this place.
This is a very cool place. Steep, wet trails. Please use the handrails. Okay. It's kind of like going through a slot canyon.
Feels like it's getting warmer, doesn't it?
Yeah. Watch your head, Brad. Whoa. So this is the Green Lake Room of Carlsbad Caverns. So this is what they call the big room. And you can hike around it. And it takes about an hour to hour and a half to walk around the whole thing. So I think we're gonna give it a go. Stalagmites and stalactites. These stalactites and stalagmites are huge. That is deep. That's below us. So this is Crystal Springs Dome, and it is the largest stalagmite in the cavern. It even has a pool of water down below. That was cool, walking down. But I think we're gonna take the elevators back up, right? Let's do it. So I'm surprised there's not a line for the elevator.
No, not to get out of here. People walk out.
Yeah, right. Well, I gotta say, that was pretty amazing.
That was spectacular.
Those caverns were just, I don't know, I mean, I have no words. It was so beautiful.
That's why we'd always heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
I was just wondering what was there.
Yeah, well, now you know. Definitely one of my favorite national parks that we've been to so far. So now we're going to go to another national park.
Guadalupe Mountains.
So this is White City. Not too many people are here. It doesn't look like those billboards are actually working for them. Although Brad is getting gas. And I'm going to stop in the grocery store to see if they've got any pasta. Because we're going to eat some halibut that we caught up in Alaska. And put it on pasta. As a matter of fact, if you want to see that video of us fishing in Alaska for halibut, you can go to the link up above and click on it. It'll take you right there. That's not a grocery store. Ugh. They have aliens in White City. Brad, I know you're going to find this hard to believe, but that wasn't really a grocery store. And White City is nothing but a tourist trap.
Did you buy something out?
No. We just crossed into Texas. So I think that these are the Guadalupe Mountains. And oh my gosh, they look really tall. So we're going to go to the visitor center and learn a little bit more about the Guadalupe Mountains, which were in fact once a coral reef. Did you know that?
No.
This was all underwater at one time. This was an ocean.
Jeez.
Lots of sea creatures, millions and millions of years ago.
That's hard to believe.
I know. It's crazy. So we're going to go into the visitor center and check it out. So this is El Capitan, which is part of the Guadalupe Mountains. At just over 8,000 feet, it is Texas's 10th highest peak. El Capitan is actually a Permian period coral reef that was uplifted by tectonic plates. Because of its location along Highway 62, it's definitely become an iconic treasure for travelers. For years, El Capitan has served as a guidepost for travelers like Apache Indians, Spaniards who were moving through this area, and so many pioneers who made their way across the desert. 4 of the highest peaks in Texas are in the Guadalupe Mountains, including Guadalupe Peak, which is the highest peak, at over 8,700 feet. Do you know that the smog that surrounds the Guadalupe Mountains is actually air pollution from places like Texas and New Mexico? And they say the best time of year to see the mountains and not see the smog is in the wintertime, which is where we are right now. It's hard to believe that this area used to be underwater millions of years ago. It used to be an ocean with all sorts of sea creatures.
Wow.
And it's hard to believe that the Guadalupe Mountains used to be a reef that got pushed up from tectonic plates over the years. So this is the town of Valentine. I wonder if they do anything special for Valentine's Day.
Looks all done up to me.
So romantic. Yes. Valentine, Texas. Well, maybe we'll have to come here next year for Valentine's Day. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, that's over there. It's really good.
So I don't know what this is. I think it's a blimp, but it's in the sky right ahead of us. Weird. Now, why would there be a blimp there?
I don't know. I hope the people of Marfa will explain it to us.
Yeah. So just in case you're wondering, we're right outside of Marfa, Texas. So if you know why there would be a blimp there, fill us in. Leave something in the comments down below.
I've never seen one like
Me neither. So Brad, I figured out what that blimp is.
that. Yeah? What is it?
It's a tethered aerostat radar system. It's one of several blimps that they use to monitor the U.S.-Mexico border. Yeah, that blimp is tethered with a nylon rope to the ground, and it goes like 15,000 feet up into the air, and it can monitor the border 200 miles away, and they're looking for things like boats or low-flying aircraft that are coming into the area illegally. So we're coming into Marfa, and this is where we're going to hopefully spend the night. This tiny little town of Marfa. So I guess this area is supposed to be famous for its artists. And there's an airport hangar that has a bunch of art that this guy did back in the 70s. And it's also famous for its crazy weird lights. They call it Marfa Lights. They even have a Marfa Lights festival. It's kind of like the Northern Lights, where the colors change and dance around, and they're not quite sure what causes it. So who knows? Maybe we'll see it. The Marfa Lights tonight. So tonight we're gonna have dinner at a place called the Water Stop. Looks pretty good. So this is kind of a cool place. We have mesquite-fired chicken. That looks good. You got a half a chicken. That looks really good. And I got the pasta. Well, it is so yummy. And then I got a prickly pear mojito. And then you got something with mezcal in it, some smoky drink.
Smoky.
This is a good place, huh?
Yeah, very good.
Check out that beautiful sunset. So it's our understanding that one of the things that you should do before you head to Big Bend National Park is make sure you've got plenty of water and plenty of gas, because it's my understanding that there aren't any services for miles. So we're over here at Stripes gas station and convenience store in Marfa, filling up with water, because you can get free water here. And then we're also going to fill up with diesel while we're here. And then Brad wants to get an ice cream bar. So we'll do that too. And diesel's only $3.69 a gallon here in Marfa. That's awesome. Another thing that you should know about Marfa is that the cops here are pulling people over left and right in this little town. It's kind of a little speed trap through here, so be careful if you're traveling through Marfa, Texas. So we're gonna come out here and see if we can see the Marfa Lights. This is a Marfa Light viewing area. We're out here at the Marfa Lights viewing area, and there's lots of stars out here. Beautiful stars. I don't see any Marfa Lights though. This is where we're gonna spend the night tonight. It's a place called El Cosmico. This place has like retro camper trailers that they refurbish that you can stay in. They've also got a campground where you can pitch a tent, or you can camp in your van out in the parking lot. Sure hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Meanwhile, our journey towards Florida continues tomorrow. Happy trails.